Good day, everyone. Today we will be discussing the different account titles that we will be encountering on our preparation or fundamentals of accounting. So remember that we already discussed the different concepts, the different standards that we needed to know on the preparation of our financial statements. So ngayon naman, tuturuan ko kayo or i-explain ko sa inyo yung iba't ibang um, account titles that we will be encountering on our preparation of financial statement as well as the preparation of your journal entries. So first, let's talk about asset. Ano ba yung asset? This is what the company owns or possess. So these are the things that can be used upon having or nakakatulong siya para magkaroon tayo ng sariling income. Or these are the things that helps us to get income too. So assets has two major distinction. We have your current and we also have your non-current asset. When we say current asset, ito yung mabilis ma-replenish. It stays with us within 12 months. And then after 12 months, kailangan na niyang ma-replenish. So a lot of things are a lot of things belongs to your current assets and then a lot of things also belong to your non-current asset. Pag sinabi kasi nating non-current, it has a longer life expansions or mas matagal yung useful life niya. Let's talk about current. We have here some few examples of your assets. We non-current assets rather. We have your cash, your supplies, your accounts receivable, your notes receivables. We also have your inventories. Let's talk about first your cash. Ang cash po na sinasabi natin, it is not only the monetary funds that we have. Hindi lang po yan yung 500 pesos, 100 pesos, 20 pesos. That's not only the cash that we are talking about. We have your cash on bank. We also have your cash equivalents. Cash on banks, this is very important, especially on investments. Kailangan din to kapag tayo ay nangungutang. So this is one of the requirements that we will be needing to submit kapag tayo ay gumagawa ng financial statements. We also have your cash equivalents. What are the examples of your cash equivalents? Your debit cards, your credit cards, your checks, your promissory notes. Those are examples of cash equivalents. So ginagamit it is not cash. Okay? It is not cash, but it is good as cash. We have your vouchers. Okay? Coupons that are also example of your cash equivalent. So it is important to us to know the different cash equivalents because sometimes this is the thing that they are using to pay us. Okay? We also have your checks. Okay? So, iba't iba ang recognition niyan. Depende na lang sa gamit ng ating cash equivalent. So, cash, hindi yan tumatagal. And also, cash is the lifeblood of the business. So, kapag walang cash ang business, mostly operations are being stopped. Kasi, di ba, kapag tayo ay gumagawa ng operations, we also use cashes. Okay? We also have your supplies. Marami pong distinction ng supplies. Meron po tayong tinatawag na office supplies. Meron po tayong tinatawag na maintenance supplies, cleaning supplies, at marami pang iba. So supplies can be used or ginagamit natin siya upon the recognition. Commonly, office supplies yung nakikita natin. This one helps us or ito yung ginagamit natin on a certain activities of our businesses. We also have your accounts receivable and notes receivable. Actually, accounts receivable and notes receivable has the same use with accounts payable and notes payable. Ang pinagkaiba lang kapag accounts receivable ang nasa you are recognizing it. You are recognizing it as mas may matatanggap ka. You are the part of the seller. While kapag accounts payable naman, it is on the term of the buyer. Okay? Ikaw yung, kapag accounts receivable, ikaw yung nagpautang. Kapag naman accounts payable, ikaw yung nangutang. So that's how simple it is. Accounts receivable and accounts receivable, let's distinguish the two, the accounts and the notes. When we say accounts, commonly ginagamit siya kapag ang inuutang natin ay goods and services. Okay? Goods and services or goods or services. Kapag naman ang inuutang natin is cash, loans. Okay? Kapag ang pinauutang natin ay cash, mostly it's notes. Okay? It was accompanied by different notes, maaaring promissory note, promissory note that was given to the seller. Okay? So, ayan si accounts at si notes. Same with notes payable and accounts payable. Ang gumamit si buyer ng notes or ng mga letters para makapangutang siya. And then, same sa accounts. Goods and services kadalasan yung ginagamit niya. Okay. Now, accounts receivable and notes receivable can be both current and non-current. Why? Because there are accounts receivable and notes receivable that can be replenished or that can be paid within the year. Meron din naman na mga accounts receivable and notes receivable na payable siya more than a year. Okay? So yan yung distinction niya. Next, let's go to your inventories. Kapag sinabi kasi nating inventories, nandiyan na yung ito na yung mga goods natin na pwede na nating ibenta. Inventories, madalas ma-encounter mo yan kapag ang type of business mo is merchandising. Selling of goods and services. Buy and sell. Okay? So, yan yung sa inventories. Under inventories, we have your raw materials. We also have your work in process. We also have your finished goods. Pag sinabi nating raw materials, ito yung mga bagay na hindi pa natatouch. Raw pa talaga siya. For example, our business is preparations of cakes. Nagbebenta tayo ng cakes. Ang raw materials natin doon is the flour, the eggs. Okay? So, yun yung the sugars, those are your raw materials. Kapag sinabi na nating work in process, ito na yung mga doughs. Okay? Ito na yung mga doughs na pin-prepare natin para magawa na or ma-bake na cake. And then, kapag sinabi naman nating finished goods, ito na yung mga nakalagay sa estante na may finished goods na or yung mga cakes na talaga na pwede nang ibenta. Okay? So, those are the things. So, work in process, finished goods and raw materials is part of your cost of goods sold. This is being used kapag tayo ay naghahanap ng ating gross profit sa ating statement of comprehensive income or also known as income statement. So, wag kakalimutan ito ha. It was accompanied as well by freight-ins or freight expenses. Now, let's go to your non-current asset. When we say non-current asset, matagal bago ma-replenish. So, mas may matagal na useful life. So, let's talk about building, equipment, machineries, and vehicle. So, these four are very useful. It helps us on having incomes. Nagkakaroon tayo ng incomes with the help of this four. Ma'am, bakit yung land hindi mo sinali? Because this four commonly have this depreciation, while land don't. Land doesn't have any depreciation while this four has. This four can be used for rentals, leases, and operations. While land can also be used for rental, lease, operation, and investment. It is the only type of asset that can be in investments. Of course, aside from your cash. Okay? So, this one is your investment. So, apat siya. Next, and also, as I've mentioned on our previous chapters, that lands don't depreciate. Okay? Kumbaga, nagiging stable lang yung kanyang amount pero hindi siya nagde-depreciate. Next, we also have your patents. Okay? Patents or intangible assets in regular. So, we have your patents, we have your royalties, franchise, copyrights, those are examples of your intangible assets. Intangible assets, ito yung mga assets na hindi natin nahahawakan at hindi din natin nakikita. Pero it has a self-generating income. It is a self-generating asset. Okay? So, kumikita siya ng siya lang. So, Ang problema kasi kay intangible asset, biglaan siyang kumikita. Okay? There were times na isang bagsakan ang laki ng kita niya, but hindi siya lagi. Okay? Nagiging stagnant yung capital mo kapag na kay intangible assets. Why? Because intangible assets has different recognitions. Okay? Merong ibang recognition si intangible assets. Okay? Next, we also have prepaids. Prepaids, pwede din siya sa current, pwede din siya sa non-current. The only difference between prepaid na nasa current is months lang yung tinatagal niya. Commonly 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, and then 12 months. Dito kasi sa prepaid, kaya nilagay natin siya sa non-current, it is an advance payment. Commonly, a year or 5 years yung ginagawa nila na recognition sa intangible assets. So, I mean sa prepaids. Okay? Kapag naka-encounter ka niyan, you are very lucky. You just have to recognize it correctly. Ma'am, paano po ba nire-recognize ang accounts natin sa paano ba nire-recognize yung mga accounts natin under our prepaids? So, kapag ginamit na natin siya or kapag nag-expire na siya, doon natin siya i-recognize as expense. Again, doon natin siya i-recognize na expense. Okay? So, this is an example of your journal entry. So, ang sabi dyan, he pays or the company pays 3 months payment 3 months payment or 3 years payment for the rentals. So, of course, prepaid rent 90,000. And then we also have your cash 90,000 to record the service payment for the rent. And then we advance payment for the rent. And then nung na-recognize na natin siya, nung nagamit na natin yung unang taon, we have the recognition of the of course, rent expense, and then 90,000, we have your prepaid rent na 90,000. So payment niya is or to record the payment or payment of rent. So yan. So itong lahat ng assets natin, ang normal balance niya is debit. Ang balance niya ay karaniwan na nasa debit. Kapag tumaas, kapag nadagdagan ang ating assets, it is debit as well. Pero kapag nabawasan, ito ay kikilalanin natin as credit. For example, kailan ba natin nire-recognize si cash as credit? Kapag ginamit na natin, si supplies naman kapag naging expense na. Si AR at saka si NR, nire-recognize natin siya as credit kapag nabayaran na tayo. Kapag naman si inventories, kapag naubos na or naibenta na natin yung mga goods and services natin, goods natin. Si land, si building, si machineries, si vehicle, nire-recognize natin siya as credit kapag nabenta na. Si intangible assets, nire-recognize lang siya kapag na credit kapag siya ay nabenta or revocation of permits and licenses. We also have your prepaids kapag nire-recognize na siya as expense. Okay? Punta naman tayo kay liabilities. Si liabilities, utang mo siya. Okay? Utang mo siya na kailangan mong bayaran. So, accounts payable, dividends payable, notes payable, tax payable, salary payable. So, normal balances niyan is credit. Again, normal balances niya is credit. Kapag nadagdagan siya, credit. Kapag nabawasan siya, it's debit. So, kung mapapansin nyo, kabaliktaran siya ng assets mo. So, kung itong mga ito is credit ang kanyang normal balances mo, sa asset mo is debit naman. Okay? So, again, kapag nagbayad tayo ng utang, or ng ating payables, magiging debit. Now, accounts payable, commonly it should be payable in cash. Same with notes payable. Dividends payable of generally payable ng cash, generally payable ng stocks, or ng assets ng company. Tax payable and salary payable, commonly payable din siya ng cash. The only difference is, kaya nga siya tinawag na general, meron siyang exemptions. Accounts payable and notes payable, commonly kapag hindi na kayang bayaran ni company, ang ipambabayad mo na dyan is the assets of the business or the properties of the business. We also have your inventory, dividends payable, intermediaries. Yung mga intermediaries na natin ang magbabayad kay dividends payable. Tax payable, generally payable by cash with the same with salary. Pero kapag wala na talagang maibayad si company, we will be paying assets. Okay? So, we're done with your assets, your liabilities, and now let's go to your equity. Konti lang naman ang kadalasang kasama na accounts ni equity. Unang-una na dyan si capital, withdrawal, losses, income, and investment. Unahin natin si capital. Ito yung binibigay ng owner sa kanyang businesses. Meron tayong recognition or iba't ibang recognition kapag sinabi natin capital. Sa sole proprietorship, it's the owner's capital. Kapag naman sa partnership, partnership's capital. Stockholders capital naman ang tawag doon sa ating corporation. Mostly kapag ang ginagamit natin dyan is the recognitions of distributions of your common stocks and preferred stocks. So yan yung kay equity. We also have your withdrawals. Okay? Yan yung mga withdrawals ang tawag dyan kay partnership at saka kay partnership at saka kay sole proprietorship, but commonly it's dividends kay corporation. Next, we also have your ang withdrawal po pagkuha ng owner ng pera sa kanyang business for personal uses. Okay? Ma'am, paano po kapag ang ginawa niya is bumili siya ng motor, pansarili niya? Is that recognized as withdrawal? Yes. Ma'am, paano naman kapag yung motor ginagamit doon sa business? Is that considered as withdrawal? The answer is no. Bakit? Kasi it's his investment to the business. Ang nangyayari doon is nagiging equipment siya or naging vehicle or company vehicle siya nung ating business. Next, we also have your losses and income. Of course, kapag kumita, income. Kapag nalugi, losses. Okay? We also have investments. Pag nadagdagan yung investments mo, of course, we will be getting that. So capital's normal balance is credit, withdrawal, debit. We also have your losses, that's also debit. You also have income, that is credit, and additional investment, credit. Okay? So, dito ko muna i-end. After a few minutes, I will be recording another one. That will be the computation of your equities for sole proprietorship and then partnership and corporation. So, I hope you learned something from these theories. God bless everyone and have a nice day.